Awesome, awesome. That was a great rendition of Christy Bird's Lady in Red by our special guest artist today, none other than Helen Ibe. We are welcome, Helen. Welcome to the show. Can you hear us? I think you need to unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah. I'm muted now.
Hello, Helen.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, we're delighted to have you on the show. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time out. We get together here every Sunday, just a group of smooth jazz lovers, and just enjoy music and have fun. So you're welcome to join us today. So we get to hear more about you and your fantastic career so far to date, as one of the hottest guitarists on the smooth jazz scene from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria. You're very welcome once again.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you.
And how are things with you?
Things are great. I'm right here in Lagos, Nigeria, just chilling. It's a nice Sunday evening. The weather is great. I'm just like out with friends. And just hanging out with you guys and just chatting. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. And everyone is so nice welcoming me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem at all. Glad to have you here. Great stuff. You've done some amazing things in the short time that you've been in music. Because obviously you're very young and lively and beautiful, I must say. And
Thank you.
Yeah, you look really good. I thought probably you just come from a party, or is this for us?
No, for you guys alone.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
Yeah,
oh, that's great. And a little bird tells me that you might be getting married soon. Is that right?
Yeah, it's next week actually.
Next week. Wow. So I can see that the spirit of the marriage is all over you now. So it's all glowing.
Yeah, I'm glowing.
Congratulations on behalf of the house. I congratulate you in advance. Hope it all goes well. Excellent. So let's take us back to the beginning. I mean, let's get to know you. Just relax, feel free with us. We're a fun bunch, as we are. And just tell us how it all started for you.
Okay, my name is Helen Ibe. I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. I studied something else in school. I studied microbiology, but as you can see, I'm a musician now. And it's something that I'm really trying to get into full time. It is a lot of work, but I'm just working towards it. I started playing the guitar in the church, like a lot of other musicians. It was, here musicians are always looking for the greener grass. They always think that the grass is greener on the other side, which is true sometimes. And in church, people started leaving the church. Musicians started leaving the church, and the choir director at that time just thought that it would be nice for people within the choir that are still around to learn an instrument instead of just hiring other people. So I chose to play the guitar. I don't know why. I thought that I liked the shape of it and the way it looked. It looked nice. It just looked welcoming, and so I chose that. And I got lessons for about 3 months, like the basics. And then from there, I started to, I got introduced to smooth jazz, which I really love. I love Norman Brown. I love George Benson. I love Peter White, and just cool smooth jazz. And I was like, wow, this music is so different from church music that I was used to. And it was like I got introduced into a whole new world of music that I wasn't used to, especially that revolved around guitar. And I loved it. And it even made me love guitar even more because of those kinds of music. And I just started diving into it. I started to transcribe the little that I could. I didn't have a phone. I had a Dixman, and I would just like play and pause and transcribe the music and just do the little that I could do. And that was just how it started. And then I stuck with it, and I'm still sticking with it, and I will still stick with it. So that's just that's
The
my
Genesis.
humble. Yeah, that's the genesis of how everything all. Yeah.
Excellent stuff. That's great. How old were you when you started in the church?
Yeah, I was a teenager then. I was around 16, 17. So it was
Mm,
at that time where I was interested in something, and as a teenager, that's the best time to actually focus on something because I mean, you're young, you're agile, you can obsess over something and actually get it done.
yeah,
You didn't have responsibilities, no family responsibilities.
yeah.
You have other people taking care of you. So at that time, I was very much focused on it. So it was good for me. Yeah.
Did you come from a musical family? I mean, do you have any siblings that play music, or your parents, or who encouraged you? How did you?
I'm the first.
Oh, you're the
My
first. Wow.
yes.
Of how
So
many?
siblings. My mom is a choir mistress, like church choir. I'm a total church girl. I used to be. Now maybe not so much, but I used to be. And so my mom was a choir mistress. My dad is late, and I heard that he was also a choir master in his time. Like he would
Yeah.
conduct the choir and all of that. So maybe I have a little bit of that musical blood flowing in me. I don't know, but I guess that when you have two parents that are slightly into music, then maybe that's where it came from. I don't know, or maybe one of my ancestors was like a musician too. I have no idea, but I know that I was encouraged from church, and I was encouraged because I had a good teacher for that first 3 months. And I think that when you start learning something at the initial stage, if you have a great start, if you have a great foundation, if you have a
Yeah.
good teacher, that can make things interesting. And so my teacher introduced me to all of this great music, and that was why I was like, oh my god! So there's something more than what I used to hear before, and it just got me really interested. And I think that he also contributed in, you know, keeping me interested. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't like you were listening to music at home on the radio, or from whatever.
No,
It was,
no, I wasn't.
it was maybe a teacher in church. The teacher in
Yes.
church.
What?
It was a teacher in church that inspired you.
Yes, they actually, it wasn't even from my church. They invited this guy from somewhere else, and he was so into Norman Brown. He was into George Benson. He was into the whole smooth jazz vibe,
Mm.
blues and country, and other things that I had never heard before, like music that was just strange to me, different from what I grew up listening to. So it sparked my interest a lot, and it was
So it
good
was
for me.
smooth jazz that did it for you. Yeah. You
Yeah,
mentioned
that was my first love.
your first smooth jazz is your
Yeah, my
first.
first love.
Well,
Smooth
you're in good company.
jazz every day.
Very good company in
Yeah,
the family of smooth jazz lovers here. Yeah,
yeah, I can
a
see.
few weeks ago, sitting where you're sitting, literally, was Peter White, one of your heroes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah,
I
he
love
was on the
Peter
show
White.
as well. Yeah,
Yes.
so we haven't got Norman Brown yet, but hopefully he'll come on the show as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
how did you
that's
transition from microbiology? I mean, do you still get involved in stuff on that side of things, or is it just you're completely into music now, or how does it work?
yes, I'm into music now, and I made that decision not too long ago.
Right.
Because if I really want to do music, which is what I want to do, then it's a
Yeah.
jealous craft. It's something that you have to put your all in it. Sometimes at the start, you really don't know what you're doing. It's like, oh, do I do this? Do I do this? You need right now in music, you need a lot of capital. You have to put yourself out there to get attention. So it's like it's just sometimes you don't really know the way to go. But I decided to make that bold step, and I did. I used to teach biology in school, And even before then, I worked as a microbiologist a little bit after school. But that was not doing it for me. And in Nigeria, it's really not about what you study here. It's about what you can do. It's about what skill you have and what you can do with it, and that's what is going to actually put the food on the table, and that's what is going to pay the bills. So
Yeah.
it's about using your skill and your craft and what you have learned to make something for yourself, which is what I'm trying to do. I know how to play guitar. I know how to make music. I am teachable. I I'm flexible. I'm open, and I'm open to ideas and other kinds of things. So I think music works for me very well, and a lot of people know me for music. Many people know me for guitar, which is something that I think will work better for me than any other thing. So I've decided to go into music full time. Of course, trying to bring out my own stuff, which is not very easy. But yeah, like I said, I'm taking a bold step and I'm doing this.
I think you're doing fantastically well. About putting yourself out there as well. You know, apart from this
Yeah,
amazing talent that you have, you've been able to touch so many lives. You know, with your music, because apparently you have 190 odd 190,000 followers on YouTube.
yeah,
Is that right?
yeah,
Your Instagram
yes.
well has exploded. What's your secret? What is you know?
I
How
don't.
did it happen?
YouTube and social media is it's a very great platform for artists, for creatives and musicians if you know how to use it. But it's tricky because even if you when you're a guru, sometimes you win some and you lose some because we're at kind of the mercy of the algorithm. And so for me, I just put out the videos and I'm just myself. I try to be as honest as I can. I
Yeah.
don't play what I don't know how to do. I don't try to act like I know it when I don't, because I mean, what's the point? Trying to deceive people. So I just do what I can. I play what I can, and I think that people can see that, and people can see that it's honest and they relate to it, and then
Sure.
maybe that's why, yeah, maybe that's why they like it. So
Mm,
I just try to be myself in my videos. I try to say what I know, I try to do what I know, and I try to play as honestly and as um clearly as I can, and I try to play like me, not like anyone else. So I think that people can relate to that,
mm.
and I think that that's what the secret is, honestly. Apart from that, I don't have any other.
None at all. Any
Yes,
role models, you know, in smooth jazz guitar in Nigeria? I know you mentioned all the Norman Browns and the Peter Whites, which are
yes.
outside now. Anybody in Nigeria that you look up to
Oh
or
yes.
by
Um,
by?
yes, Kunle Ayo, Mr. Kunle Ayo used to be, is a very good, amazing, smooth jazz and even jazz player. Ade Bolahan is another one that is amazing. Femilaye is a mix of, Afro guitar and smooth jazz and jazz. So there's another guy that his name is Jasparazi,
Yes,
and
Paraz.
there is yeah, that's what his name is. So there are lots of Nigerian guys that are doing really well, but unfortunately, Nigeria doesn't give a lot of room for these kinds of people. So they're just like hiding in their shells. Like it's not a very big market for them, and
Mm,
so. You see them doing smooth jazz or jazz and then doing other things and maybe playing in like small bars, because it's just you can't really survive on that for so long if you
sure.
don't like put your eggs in other baskets. So it's just
Sure.
unfortunate, but that's the reality.
That's true. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can relate to that because Kunle Ayo sort of alluded to that. We actually had him on the show as well a few months ago. Yeah, and he's saying almost the
Wow. Oh my God.
same thing. Yeah.
Awesome.
So you're in the hot
Awesome.
seat as well today. What you doing?
Yeah.
Right. We have one of his videos that we're going to share now so that people can see you in action, and you'll tell us all about it afterwards. us.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Can we have the admin share this video?
Beautiful is your name. Wonderful is what you are to me. It's you I see in my dreams every day, and I pray for you, queen of my life. You are so beautiful, mama, so damn beautiful. And me wa mama come, Salori, yeah, yeah. Mama mi rojuri, and that is why I'm loving you. Oh, nitori amo, oh, ojiani leokan. Mama mi rojuri rara, and that is why I'm loving you. La 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 la, la 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 la. Oh, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, oh, you're beautiful. La 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 la. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you're beautiful. Eba mi kira fún màmá mi. Òrìṣà bíyà o, kò sí láyé. Eba mi kira fún màmá mi. Òrìṣà bíyà o, kò sí láyé. Oh yeah, la 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 la. Oh yes, you're beautiful. La 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 la. Oh yes, you're beautiful. Woman, there is no one like you. Woman, there is no one like you.
Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. That was great. That was great stuff. I know Ibe is an Igbo name, but you sound like a Lagos girl. Probably you were born and raised in Lagos. That's how you picked up Yoruba. Were you born in Lagos?
Yes, I was born in Lagos. I schooled in Lagos. I schooled in Ife. So
Okay.
so I had I've always been around Yoruba language and Yoruba people. A lot of the people that have helped me in my life, and a lot of people that have, some of my very good friends are Yoruba people. So I'm very I have a very high affinity to them and to that language. So yeah.
Great stuff. So how many
Yeah.
languages, how many Nigerian languages do you speak?
Just two.
Just two.
Yoruba and Igbo. I
So
don't
there's
speak any other
Wazobia,
one. Yeah.
just Wa and
Exactly.
Bia. That's all. Right. That was a lovely, lovely song. I know you're a singer, songwriter, a guitarist. Yeah, tell us about that song, how it was inspired, and when you did it, etc. And any stories that revolve around it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that song was it's this one was one of my old videos. So maybe if I did it now, if I did a retake, maybe it might be a little better. I don't I don't know. But that was an old video, and that was when I just started YouTube and I was trying to put out videos. I didn't have any. That was the only guitar I had. Now I have a bit more. Thank God.
A bit more.
And I had I had
Modesty. Be some modesty there. A bit more.
I had a I had a microphone, and I think it was Mother's Day, and that was Asha's song that
Yeah,
said yeah, beautiful by Asha. And I thought,
yeah,
okay, I thought that that was the perfect song for that day, for
yeah.
Mother's Day, because it just depicts what motherhood can be all about. And yeah, so I did the cover, and people liked it. So even though I think I might do a slightly better take if I did it again. Maybe
Mhm.
I'll try to do it again.
Yeah,
So that was just, it was Mother's Day that inspired the song. It was one of my
yeah.
old videos. Um, I just kept it there because I feel like, I mean, it's just part of my growth. People can see my evolving, how I evolved
And you go
from
over
my,
time.
yeah, over time, from my, from the way I make my videos to the quality of the videos to what I'm doing now and the way that I play. So the people that really like me will accept that and like just see the change and the growth. And so I left some of all those old videos then instead of just
Mm,
deleting them. So
yeah.
it's me, it's still me anyway. So yeah,
Oh,
you can't change
great
it.
stuff. That's lovely stuff.
Thank
And you produced that yourself. You did everything yourself. Yeah,
Yeah, I did everything like myself, like I always do. All of my songs, all of my covers, I do them myself.
really. Wow.
Yeah.
So you cut out the middleman.
Yeah. Cut out the middleman. It's too
And you,
expensive.
exactly, very, very.
Yeah.
And you learn on the job, make mistakes, and learn from the mistakes, and then go. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
You make mistakes.
That's great
Yeah.
stuff. Excellent.
Mhm.
Now, in terms of sort of like development, sorry, in terms of your guitar work, like acoustic, electric, and all this sort of stuff. I mean,
Yes.
how do you sort of write your songs? I mean, which of those guitars do you prefer doing songs on, and why?
It for me, it's just most times because I play a lot of electric, so I'm always with it most of the times. So I would say electric because
Mm,
it's easy for you to just plug an electric in, put a loop, and just do a loop and loop something else over it and just do your thing. So I have lots of more electrics than acoustic. I use lots of electrics.
yeah.
With electrics, you can do distortion, you can do a delay, you can have a really nice reverb.
Hmm.
So I do like to make music more on the electric. I have a really nice acoustic guitar now, so maybe I'll do that more on that. But for now, it's what I use more is the electric, and I like it. I love it. Yeah.
And it works
So
really well for you. At least it's
is
getting
that,
all the results. I said it works really
yeah,
well for you.
yeah, it works. So
Yeah,
yeah, it does work. So it's nice.
yeah. With over 190,000 followers, and I know you also do tutorials as well. You teach music.
Yeah. Yes, I
But you
teach.
ever taught music yourself? Did you ever do any music school? Uh,
No, I didn't go to any formal music school, but you learn on the job. It was
mhm,
you just as you do music, you want to grow, you want to evolve. So you have to kind of sit down and look at why things work the way they do, why things sound the way they sound. And
yeah,
then you can't really do that if you don't know a little bit of theory. So it's
mm,
something that I have to learn. I had to learn on my own.
yeah,
Not like advanced stuff, even just the basics or like intermediate level. But
sure,
you have to know a little bit of theory. So if I know it, I can teach it because you can't give what you don't have. So I
absolutely.
think, yeah. So I think that I know a little bit of it, and so I can teach it. So yeah, I do teach also. I was also a trained as a teacher. I used to teach biology, so I think that I know how to be patient. Um I know how to give people lessons and actually inspire and teach people. So yeah, I can do that also. I'm also a teacher, a decent one.
A decent one. That's good.
Yeah.
So, do you? I
Yeah.
mean, do you just teach the guitar, or are there any other instruments that you play that you teach as well? Do you play any
No,
other
just
instrument?
to be.
It's just the
I
guitar.
Yeah, just the guitar. Yeah.
You haven't tried anything else, like the
Maybe a
piano?
little bit of keyboard, but that's all. Just a little bit, the basics, nothing
Yeah,
fancy, nothing fancy at all. Like you would
but
not call me for a gig or anything. No, I'm
mm,
not the girl. Not the girl for that.
not. Oh, guitar is your
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, exactly.
Now, do you play? I mean, you play at festivals, or do you play for private part functions like parties and things, or
Yeah, I do.
I mean, how where do people go to see you?
Because
People,
a
uh,
lot of the I was supposed to be at Make Music Lagos this year, but because I couldn't do it because I'm getting married and there's so many things that I had to put in place and I couldn't make the show. So I could have been there. I play in a lot of private functions. I do birthdays, parties, and I could do festivals, of course, if I could put a band together and do that. I'm a yes, I can perform live, which I used to do in Lagos before the club, before the bars and the live music things shut down.
sure,
So yes, so yeah, I can do that also.
sure.
But YouTube is really convenient because you just sit down at home, you do your
In the
thing, and you just put
your
it
own.
out. You don't have to,
Mhm.
yeah, just the comfort of your home. It can be very convenient, but as a musician, you have to kind of break out of that sometimes and just see the real world, go out and play live.
Yeah,
So yeah,
because playing
yeah,
live, it does wonderful things for the musician and then the people that they're playing
yeah,
for, how they relate.
yes. Yeah,
Uh,
and your musicianship because it puts you on the spot. It makes you spontaneous. Like you make like decisions that are just based on seconds. So and you feed off of the energy of the people that you're playing for. So if they're happy, you're happy, and you want to
yeah.
make them happier. So it's so much fun playing live. It builds your musicianship for sure, especially if you play around people that are good too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you have a band, or do you just get session musicians to come and play for you each time?
It's hard to keep a band here because I mean everybody just goes where the money is. So if you it's easy to put a band together though if you have the money, if you know the right people. There's some people that I have that I know. Okay, I'm
Mm.
doing something today. You. Yes, I have that, but it doesn't mean that they work solely for me. They can do their own thing. That's fine. But if I need a band, I know that I can
You
get
can
one.
assemble them at the drop of a hat.
Yes, yes. Yes, I can arrange it for it.
Do you do any such
Yeah. Which
stuff? Do you get called to other people's gigs to play with guitar for them, or do you get them, or do they call you to play on their records and things? Does that
yes,
happen?
I've gotten quite a number of that. Yes, a lot actually. I've gotten quite a number of that, both internationally, locally for adverts. I've done quite a number of session work, and some of them I'm proud of, some of them I'm not. But I've done some pretty
Yeah.
decent stuff, and I do session work too. Yeah, I do. I mean, you just have to like spread your tentacles so that the you can get the bills paid, like they say. So anything that you can do to,
Yeah.
yeah. So that works too. I do.
When was your actual
Yeah.
first live performance, and how did you feel, and
Eh?
what was
Okay.
your
I'm settling down, please.
Okay. My first actual live performance was in a church, and my guitar teacher put me off of it. I was sweating. I think I was crying too, because I didn't. The sound was not right. The I couldn't hear myself. I just
yeah?
knew that people were spraying me money all over my
Funny.
face. I didn't know what was going. Oh my god! Which made
That's
it
great.
even worse. Which made the whole nervousness.
Mm.
Yeah, I was closing my eyes and I was singing, and I looked up, and there was something raining down on me. It was money. And I looked up and saw strange faces just like spraying me money. I couldn't hear myself. I was sweating. I was crying.
Yeah.
So maybe they were trying to encourage me by doing that, but it wasn't really working. And so my first live playing was a disaster, but I learned. I learned and I got better from there.
Sure. What it's all about, you know, you learn new things every day, and you've got to start. As they say, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step, and you know, you just have to go for it. What's the biggest sort of audience that you played for in terms of numbers?
The biggest what?
Audience that you've played for.
Oh, the biggest audience I've played for. Oh man. I would say I played in when I was in school. We had this concert that we did, and there were lots of people in that concert. There was man, Ife. There must have been like, I'll say maybe like 1,000 people in that, like the amphitheater. It's like
that Oduduwa Hall.
Stadium.
Oduduwa.
Yes. Yeah, and there were people there, and I played. I think that was my largest audience so far. I also played in it was an open event. It was the last Make Music Lagos, and a lot of people were there. Like I couldn't even count, but I just did my thing. And even playing on YouTube, putting my videos on YouTube, you see like 1 million views. You don't know where your videos go to. Like people just watch them all over the world. So for me, that's also all over the world. So that's also reaching out to many people. I feel like I'm playing for them when they watch my videos. So when I'm making the videos, I make it such that this video could be in Australia tomorrow. It could be anywhere. So you have to do it well, like you are doing it there. So
absolutely. I mean, that's the power of social media. You can reach people all over the world. It's a fantastic phenomenon. We've got the video we're going to share, and you're going to talk about it afterwards. Yeah. So can the admin share Helen's next video, please?
You honey, say you want talk, say you know they see me searching. I want your loving and I want your body. Baby, tell me why you just say do me gunny. You see me fresh, I'm a Igbo. I'm nice and I fine girl. Why you gonna do me younger? I just wanna be your lover. Don't be wasting my time, boy. Better make up your mind, boy. But I take my number, now or never. No green, make you bye-bye, oh. One more time, baby. No, they use me, shady. One more time, baby. My love, feel me, shady. One more time, baby. No, they use me, shady. One more time, baby. My love, feel me, shady. Oh, yeah, see me fresh, I'm a Igbo. I'm nice and I'm fine, girl. Why you gonna do me younger? I just wanna be your lover. Don't be wasting my time, boy. Better make up your mind, boy. Oh, yeah, take my number, now or never. Don't me make you bye-bye, oh. One more time, baby. No, they use me, shady. One more time, baby. My love, feel me, shady.
Great stuff. Really like the Oya see me fresh from Igbo. Hey, do me younger. No, they use me shiri. Those lyrics. How? Yes. And there's lots of scatting going on as well, you know, on the woo woo wee on the guitar, you know. The scatting, Al Jarreau, somebody said there, and probably like George Benson, and even Norman Brown scats as well.
Yeah.
So I could see those influences
Sometimes,
coming. Yes. So tell us about that. When and where and how it was inspired, you know, just the usual drift. Go on.
I was just that song came by. I did a video previous to that. Before that, I said it was a sweet African rhythm. It's also on my YouTube, and I was just sitting down and I made some loops on my loop pedal, and I did that stuff, and I just decided to put lyrics on it because you know, just fun lyrics. I thought that it was a fun song, it was a fun beat, and I just wanted something funny, but also serious that would go with that. And that lyrics of, you know, a girl wanting a guy, but she doesn't want him, and you're like, stop wasting my time. It's either you're doing or not. So I thought that was. Yeah. I thought that was a funny lyrics to put on that, and I did, and so we did that live. We did that in the studio. So we just brought some musicians together and we recorded that stuff. It wasn't perfect, but at least it was something.
Really good song. I
So
think the song,
that was how that.
I think the song really worked well, and quite funny as well. You know, it was funny. A great beat to it as well. A nice vibe on there. You know, it was really good.
Yeah, lots of percussions at the background and talking drums, which I love. So yeah, I just wanted a little bit of African influence in the rhythm.
Yeah, with all the gongos in the background, you know, talking drums.
With those gongos.
Because I know you're quite big on talking drums now. You started adding that to your repertoire.
Yeah. I'm quite big on adding percussions and African music. I feel like I'm in that space where people all over the world are looking at me. So I just want to use that opportunity that I have to introduce them to African music in case they don't know. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. So you're being like a cultural ambassador, you know.
Yes, a little bit of that.
You know, Nigeria's got talent. Yeah. We've got rich heritage, musical heritage and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm sure you might have heard of Babatunde Olatunji, probably. Baba.
Babatunde Olatunji.
Yeah. He's late now. He went to the States in the 50s, a Nigerian guy. And apparently he actually won a Grammy as well. He's a great percussionist. And so, you know, go and Google him. He's one of the greatest that Nigeria produced. But he was more well-known in the States than in Nigeria. Babatunde Olatunji. Check him out. Anyway, we'll move on very swiftly.
Real, thank you.
Yeah. Babatunde Olatunji, you check him out.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
There is what I wanted to ask you about the COVID period. How did you cope? Yes. How did it affect you as a person and as a musician in Lagos, Nigeria? I mean, what were you doing in that time, and how did you try and get through it? Basically, we're still in it now. You know, we're coming to the end of it somehow. Yeah. Touch wood.
I think that musicians all over the world really suffered, especially if you're big on live performances and doing gigs and traveling. But for me, because I had already built a platform, a social media platform, so people that had done that prior to COVID were a bit lucky because you can earn a little bit from YouTube. If you do private lessons, you can still teach your students online. So I think that those kinds of musicians are the people that it didn't really affect much. And the people that were doing all the live gigs, were now coming into social media to teach or to do their music. And so you see musicians now on social media more. So I think that it affected musicians that do live gigs a lot. That's why, as a musician, it's good to just spread your tentacles. You do social media, you have to make sure that your social media is growing. Also, your live stuff, your session stuff, your recording, and the music that you put out. So you just have there's just different ways that you can branch out as a musician.
You
So
don't put
if
all,
one way doesn't work,
you don't put all your
yes,
eggs in
exactly.
one.
Yeah, you don't put all the eggs in one basket. Exactly. So if one side doesn't work, another side will work, and another side will work. Musicians are teaching now. They're doing YouTube. They're doing their live thing. They're doing session work. They're
Sure.
just so those different ways that you can still stay afloat, at least,
Absolutely.
regardless of COVID. Yeah.
Mm. I admire your musical intelligence when it comes to business wise, business things as well.
Yeah.
Do you have a manager? You have a business manager, or do you do all that yourself, or how does it work at the moment?
No, I don't have a business manager. I manage myself for now. And I also have my patrons. I forgot to say that. People like Mr. Gbadebo that keep me afloat.
Yeah, yeah.
But so my patron, and they because even with YouTube, it's hard to sometimes the videos do well and sometimes they don't do very well. And so but with patrons, like people like that just out of the kindness of their hearts, as a struggling musician, they just decide that, okay, every month I'm going to be doing this little stipend for this person. So that keeps you stable. Even if YouTube doesn't come true, they will come true, which is it's just an amazing set of people to have in your life. And yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. I'm going to call on Buddy, one of your patrons now, to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
And yeah, Buddy, are you there? Can you unmute
Helen,
yourself?
you have casted me. Everybody now knows. Eh? Helen's my daughter. She's my daughter. She's very, very talented. And you know what I like about you? You're so modest. Let me sing your praises, because that's my role. You are a multi-instrumentalist. The voice is an instrument. You are a master shekere player. I've listened to you. You're good. You're good. Your keyboard is not bad. You're a teacher. You play various guitars, and some of the guitars you play are very difficult to play. I know so. You know, you play the Telecaster, you play the Jazz Master. I've heard you on acoustic. You know, she's very modest, but I will shout her, I will sing her praises for her, okay? She's a very good percussionist. Listen to her on the gong, some of the drums. She's a good dancer also. Huh? And all at a very, very young age. But let me tell you something else, which I actually find very interesting. I first came across you from YouTube videos, and you stand out. My colleagues will tell you I love music. I'm crazy about music. I've heard everybody. I've got, you know, thousands of records. I spend all my time listening. All today, that's all I've done. But it's quite unusual to find somebody who has the digital side of it down pat. And that's what I actually like the most about you. You do a lot of your own recording. You do your sound. I know you play around with the pedals. You teach people about the music technology. How did you manage to do all of that in Lagos? That's the first question.
I think that because we now have
Sorry, let me mute this person. Okay, let me say, go ahead.
Muted, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like I said before, I'm very teachable, so I like to learn stuff that I don't know before. And thank God for YouTube. YouTube is a great platform to learn stuff that you don't know
Okay.
for free, actually. So I go on there and I spend my free time watching videos from there, learning stuff, how to make my videos look better, how to make my videos sound better. And it doesn't matter from where, you can do any of those things for free. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it can be decent. So which I've tried to do. And I don't know if I can do like a perfect video, but if it's decent, if it's something that people can listen to and say, oh yeah, that sounds nice, then that works for me. And then you keep growing from there. And yeah.
I loved your rendition of Black Magic Woman by Carlos Santana. Especially when you went into your own bit of it. You did your own thing, you made it your own song. When I listen to you, I hear lots of different things. We've talked a little bit about guitar players. You like the Telecaster, which King Sonny Ade used to play. So when you played in the last video, a lot of people will recognize the sound. And I actually typed something to that. But you also love high life. You're deep inside high life. That's something that hasn't come out in what you've talked about today. Some of your widest smiles are reserved for when you're playing Osadebe, or you're playing some high life rhythms like Ezima, or your tune Egwoma. What is your inspiration in terms of high life? Because high life is not the music of your generation; it's the music, the tail end of my generation. I'm a 60-year-old, but you seem to have it very deeply in you. Please tell us a little bit where that comes from.
Yeah, I'm an Igbo girl, so
Okay, that's true.
I also grew up listening to those kinds of music from parties, from home. My mom would play those kinds of music, my aunties. So, I mean, even living in Lagos alone, going on the road, you hear high life. And I started getting it because high life, there's a lot of guitar in high life. And I found it very interesting, the way that they played. At that time, they had the knowledge to do all of those things. It was fascinating, and I just fell in love with it. And the lyrics also used to touch me. So yeah, I liked high life. And again, I'm trying to showcase my Africanness to the world too. I'm not trying to hide it.
You asked a question by Bimbola about your family members and music playing. You're very modest in your answer, so I'm going to cast you. Your brother, Mr. EQ, is a nuclear physicist and a bass player. He's mean. He's really, really good on the bass. I know about all sorts of things. I'm your super Patreon. I have to know these things. I have to know these things. And I asked you about him before when we spoke one time, I think a couple of months ago. And you said, he was going to go on to do other things. It's such a waste to music. He's really, really talented. I've heard both of you play together.
Yeah, exactly. He's very talented. But I mean, we're in Nigeria again, where you have to do what you have to do. You have to work. You can't just sit at home. And for him, I was pretty lucky because I mean, I have a fan base, but he doesn't. And it takes time to build. And before then, you have to be patient. He has this other degree. And so he would like to explore that, at least work as a physicist or work somewhere else to gain experience in the job market or in the labor market. And so that's what he wants to do. He still does play, he still plays guitar, but not as much as he'd love to. But yeah, my brother plays the bass well, and he's good.
I'm sure there are other members of this group that want to ask you questions, because I have access to you, so I can ask you questions and chat to you anytime. Are there any other people that want to ask questions? Because this is about actually getting a chance for you to talk to Helen. I get to talk to her when I want to a little bit.
You can raise your hand.
Raise your hands, and we'll take the questions on board.
Yeah. You want to ask Helen? Oh, there's Kemi Ogunbanjo there. Kemi.
Okay, there are 3 participants who raise hands. Good.
Hi. Helen, you are amazing, and I hope you know so. What an absolute pleasure to meet you and listen to you. My question to you, I think you probably answered it in a roundabout way, but how you are so grounded in Nigeria with all the influences that you could, the fact that you've stuck to it, you've stuck to your craft, and you're still, because I noticed you're quite critical of yourself. Each time you watch a video, you're going, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. But what is it that actually keeps you so grounded and keep at it? The fact that, your numbers are brilliant, and I'm definitely going to be following you and on YouTube and that sort of thing, because I just think that you're absolutely brilliant. But yes, my question to you is, how do you keep so grounded in a place that is, a place like Lagos? Because if somebody had told me that you were sitting in a place in LA or the UK or something, I wouldn't question that. So you're absolutely amazing, and I just would like to find out how you're so grounded.
Thank you, Ma. I mean, this living in Lagos has actually helped me. I don't think that I would be where I am if I was living elsewhere. Because living in Lagos, there's the hustle, there's the bustle. You don't have access to every other thing that everybody else in the world has. So it pushes you to make do with what you have. It pushes you to be somebody outside of Nigeria. And Nigeria already has very much of a bad rep. So trying to change the norm and trying to be different and coming out of Nigeria is a big task. And I remember where I'm coming from, and I remember the things that I did not used to have, and how I started playing the guitar, how I came from the church, and how my mother did not have access to buy me a guitar at first, and I had to, find my way. When I remember all of those things, it does keep me grounded. It humbles me because I mean, coming from that kind of place and, striving to be where I want to be, it's not an easy task. So when you remember where you're coming from, I think that it keeps your head down and you remember that, oh, you don't want to go back there. So you just have to keep your head low and just, push forward. And the way that the world has accepted me, regardless of how I look or regardless of how I talk. So that also has helped me to, like, wow, there are nice people all over the world, people leaving nice comments. I have my patrons helping me out, and people just being nice to me all over the world. So it makes you believe in humanity, it makes you humble. And I think that those are some of the reasons why how I managed to stay grounded. Yeah.
Thank you so much, but
Yeah,
you
and
are
I'm
awesome,
also
and
a
just to
very
remember that. Sorry, go on.
thank you, Ma. Thank you. No, it's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to ask a question. You're a very beautiful spirit. Thank you.
Inside and out.
Thank you so much. Thank
Right.
you.
Who's next? I can see some hands up. I think there's Peter Obiamata. Peter Obiamata, can you unmute yourself?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Helen. I have quite a few questions for you.
Quite a few. Wow.
Yeah, I got 4 questions. And
Yes, sir.
Can we do that quickly, please, Peter?
Yeah. Okay. So the first one I have is: do you have any collaborations with someone you look up to, someone like who's a legend?
Yeah, I think I can hear okay.
Then the second question I have is: what do you plan on getting your music on Spotify? Because I checked, and on Spotify, I not see that person. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the last question is this: do you feel that you've reached your maximum potential, and you still feel that you want to learn more and you want to be able to raise the bar, in terms of what you can do? Now, the reason why I asked this is because we spoke to the wife a couple of weeks ago, and the way he spoke about his experience, people he looked up to that he wanted to learn, and found his own way there, So he had to raise his own bar. He had to raise his bar. So do you see yourself like that?
Yes. Thank you.
So that's all. Those are the questions I have.
Okay. Thank you. The first question was collaborations with other people. Yeah, I've done collaborations, like just sitting down on my couch and inviting my friends over, and then we'll do something. But for recordings, I'm going to leave that when I do my album or an EP. I'm going to collaborate with some of our local musicians here in Nigeria. Yeah, that one is still in the cooler. And then the second one is why my music is not on Spotify yet. I think that the first reason is that Spotify is not available in Nigeria. You can't just like listen to Spotify from Nigeria because it's not available here, and you have to go through like an agency to get your music on Spotify and all of that. And I want to be able to just put my original music on Spotify, or like my album on Spotify, which I'm going to do, I promise. So that is going to be there soon. And number three is, if I think that I've reached my maximum potential, no way, not even a tip of what I think that I should be doing. I am very hard on myself, and everything that I've done so far, I don't even think that I've done much at all. I look at the videos, and a lot of times I cannot even watch my videos because I don't think that it's up to standard. I don't think that uh, I'm doing such a great job like that. I know that it's okay and it's decent, but I want more. I am very teachable. I'm very open to ideas. I'm open to suggestions from my fans, from other people. I'm open to constructive criticism. So I know that, because I know that all those things will help me be a better musician. So do I think that I've reached my maximum potential? No, at all. I've not even reached. There's so much more to do. And with music, you cannot stop learning. It's a lifetime commitment of learning. Every time you pick up your guitar, there's always something new that you can learn. And if you think that as a musician you know it all, then you will be shocked every time you open social media, or every time you listen to a new different listen to someone else and see what other people are doing. Then yeah, so I strive to know more, I strive to do more, I strive to be a better version of myself, God willing, and to make you people that love me to be proud of me. That's really what I want to do. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Can we take Bingo Yasami? Bingo, can you unmute yourself, please? Bingo Yasami, are you there? No? Okay. We'll take Will Davis. Will Davis, are you there? Will? Can you unmute yourself, please?
Okay,
So we can...
I'm unmuted now. I'm unmuted now.
Hi, Will. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
You can hear me now, right?
We can hear you, yeah.
Okay, great.
Will's from
great.
from the States.
Hi, Mr. B, how are you?
He's linking in from the States.
Hampton, Virginia.
Yeah.
Hampton, Virginia.
Yeah.
And I want to say hi, Mr. B. Thank you for gracing us, and I appreciate your modesty and also your respect for, the traditional highlight music. I have one question and one observation. You unspooled a little bit about your background, and so I wonder if it was one of these situations where you graduated to Fender, the Fender instrument.
Well, if I've graduated from Fender?
No. You in talking about your unschooling your background, you obviously started, and so is it a situation where you're at the point today where you graduated to Fender instruments from what you had before? Did you play something else before?
Yeah, yeah. I used to play a really very cheap guitar that was uncomfortable, and then
Yeah.
I managed to get a Fender, and now I have a few others. So yeah, as I grow, I find that I get more guitars. Some are gifts, some I got myself. But yeah, you just have to expand, which I did. So yeah.
Yeah. And you did that
Yeah.
well. And
Thank you.
I just want to make an observation too. As somebody who is an amateur keyboardist and somebody who's a little bit older, I have played guitar before, and I think it's a little bit harder for me personally playing guitar than keyboard. I like keyboard better, but I still do play guitar occasionally. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch more
awesome.
of your videos now that I've seen this.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
I would love that. Thank you.
Excellent. You're gaining lots of fans.
Thank you.
We can't wait for you to be on Spotify.
I'm mindful of the fact that there's an aspect of Helen that we've not been able to show. We have a video of her playing with Ayonlere Lajede, who's is a talking drum master. I don't know if we can cue it now because this will show her ethnomusicologist side, which she doesn't talk that much about. I'm here to blow your trumpet, Helen. Don't be embarrassed. It's my job.
Helen, how are you both today? How I did, how I did. Oh, how I did.
Okay. Otide, itide, itide, Eli oní jìtárà. Otide, itide. So it will be as foundation for talking drum to be on. Bible says if the foundation is destroyed, what can the righteous do? So if Omele is shaking, so you won't have rest of mind to improvise because your background is not good.
Oh, that was awesome.
That's just wonderful.
I know you have a great memory there because I can see that bright, dazzling smile of yours.
Yeah, it was really.
Yes.
It was a good day. I had so much fun and I learned a lot. That was a really nice man.
With that Baba.
Yes, that Baba. Yeah, he welcomed us when we got there and we had a great time. I learned so much. He was from a long line. He comes from a long line of talking drummers. His ancestors did that, and it was passed down to him. So he knows so much about traditional music and talking drums and the origin of it. And throughout that interview, I just wanted to ask him questions and what he knows about these things. And he said so much that some of them I couldn't even put on the video, so it doesn't get too long. But it was very informative, and I really had fun asking him questions and just chilling, having fun. Yeah.
If I may interject, there's a bit of the video which we didn't show, which I would encourage our members to go and see. Ayonlere asks for a cup of water using the talking drum. He actually beats out in Yoruba the syncopation, and someone brings a cup of water to him. It's fascinating, fascinating. Sorry to interject.
Yeah.
Problem at all. Yeah, that's
the talking drum can be voice. Yeah.
Yes, I mean it's awesome. You know, the talking drum.
That's why it was banned by slave owners in Louisiana and places like that, because our brothers who had been taken across were communicating to each other, and the slave owners didn't know what they were saying. They could create insurrections and rebellions and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, it's great. And for those that don't know, Ayan is a drummer in Yoruba. If you hear Ayan anything, Ayan Dele, Ayan Dari, Ayan Tola, you know, Ayan, it means that you're from a family of drummers. So yeah, I just thought I'd throw that bit of trivia in so that people would know. Yeah, we've almost come to the end of the interview now. I've got a couple of questions before we wrap it up. What does Helen Ibe do to relax outside music? What do you do?
Outside music, I like I just like to maybe take a walk. Sometimes I go see a movie. I like just chilling, going to the movies, to the cinemas, just seeing a movie, or just taking a walk, chilling with my friends or my family, having a drink. Just nothing too serious at all. It's not. If I'm not playing guitar, I'm doing one of those, or I'm reading a book or a novel. Yeah. So I'm not a complicated person.
Easy going.
Yeah.
Easy going. The other thing was
easy going.
Yes. The other thing I wanted to ask is that you know that not Nollywood, Afrobeats has now become a global phenomenon with people like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and they're huge. They go all over the world. Were you ever tempted at any point in time to collaborate or to play any in that genre at all?
Yeah, I don't think that Afrobeat is bad. It's also cool. It's music too, and it originated from the original Afrobeats by Fela. There's a lot of high life influences, the Afrobeat influences, and there's a bit of Jamaican dancehall influences infused into the Afrobeats that we have now. So yeah, it could be cool too, and those guys are doing great things all over the world. People seem to relate to the music, which is good. At least it's shining Nigeria in a bright light, in a good light in that sense. So it's a good thing. And yeah, sometimes maybe one day I would do something like that. But I also have my style, which I'm going to still stick to. It's okay to borrow influences from there and like infuse in what I'm doing. So yeah, one day maybe I will do that.
Good. And lastly, I'm sure this is a question that's burning on a lot of people's minds because you've gained lots of new fans here today, I'm sure, definitely. And we've really had great sitting down with you, and you've been so open and honest with us. It's been a fantastic interview so far. The burning question is, how do we get hold of your music? When are you releasing your next album or your EP? Or I know you've got plans for it. When can we expect it to hit the stands?
I will release it when I Yeah, I will release it when I release it because right now I can't really promise a date, but it will be soon because I do have my original music, and it's different when you actually put out your own music because then you get a lot of it's like you're exposed yourself. So for a musician that does covers and for a musician that just does her own thing, it's something that when I want to put out my music, I want it to be something that I am satisfied with first of all, and I feel very confident in, and then I release it out. But I'm going to definitely put something out before the end of the year.
Good.
And yeah, something that I would like to do. Yeah.
Before the end of the year, and do some music videos as well to go with it. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because we want to see you on Spotify at some point. And all platforms really, so we can actually access your music and buy it and and support you, because I think you've you've made a good account of yourself. You've done well as a person and as a musician. And I think the sky's the limit for you. We're so happy and very proud of you as a young Nigerian that's doing fantastic things. And we wish you, on behalf of everyone on our platform, the Niger Smooth Jazz Lovers, we wish you all the very best. Helen Ibe, thank you very much for joining us today. Take care and God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.